Hello, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Thursday. I know you're having a hard time keeping up with me. I seem to be jumping all over the place, trying to figure out what's going to work for me with the new school year starting, and still trying to do therapy and all those kind of things. So it's making it a little bit of a challenge to figure out how to put everything in so that it'll work in the future as well. So we're going to try Thursday and see how that works. Thanks for joining me today. I want to share with you how you can take one stamp set and get so many different looks from it, as well as share with you one of the celebration items. So the Shaded Summer stamp set is in the annual catalog, and I really liked it when I first saw it, but then when I saw the dies that they came out with for celebration, it really drew my eye. So if you place a $100 order, and that $100 can include the stamp set, you get this set of dies for free. All right. And so I just took some cardstock and I cut out all the different pieces to show you all that it'll cut out. So of course, this is this piece, this is this one. You've got some additional leaves, some more flowers. I just really like it. And I like the sayings in this set as well. So I want to show you some different projects that you can make with it. First, I'm going to make one, and then we'll move along from there. So I'm going to start with the biggest stamp set. I know Fran will be so disappointed that I'm using purple today instead of her pink, but we're going to start with Fresh Freesia, which is one of our in colors this year. And I'm going to just stamp it on a piece of white scrap paper like that. Now what's nice is that the dies, then I can grab this piece right here. Oh, that one. Place that over it and run it through our die cutting machine, and it'll cut it out very nicely for me. But I didn't want you to have to wait and watch me do that. I just thought of this because I've had some discussion recently. This is event color cover that you can get at all your different stores. And I use those, it's magnetic, and I use it to hold all my dies. And that way they stay in one place. The nice thing is I don't attach it in my package. So if I decide later on I want to sell this or get rid of it, I can pull the magnetic sheet out and put it into another folder. So I really like that it holds everything in place. All right, so here's my piece that I stamped and cut out earlier. I also used the Parisian embossing folder. It's a nice one. It's a 6x6. Put it in there, spritzed it with a little bit of water, ran it through the big shot or die cutting machine, and got this image. I want it to pop up, so I'm going to use some dimensionals. I like these little ones. I liked the big ones, and I still use them quite a bit, but I found I was so often cutting them in half because I'm so frugal. So it's nice with these little ones. I don't have to cut them in half. And when I made my first one like this, I realized that this end floated just a little bit, and I didn't like that. And I didn't want I didn't want the dimensional showing up. So what I did was I took a glue dot and I just put it, you can put it on your take a pick tool, or if you still have a paper piercer, and put it on that stem. And what I like is it gives it just a little bit of depth too. So it goes from attached to floating. And I think that looks cool. Okay, now we're going to set that aside. And let me show you how I put, hang on, let me what. If I don't clean this off, then when I show you my other project, I'm going to get the wrong colors. All right, got that cleaned off. Okay. So this is a piece of paper that is 4 1/4. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm going to grab my paper trimmer here. I've already scored it at 5 1/2 because that's the center. And now I want to cut off just 1 inch of one of the pieces. And I like our trimmer. I guess you can't see it on there. Let me hold it up here. But see how it's got it goes from 1 to 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 on this far side. And I like it when I can cut on the short side, because then you've got all this space to line your paper up straight. So you know you get a nice straight cut. And that's my only cut this time. Use my bone folder to score it nicely. And then I took some of our In Color Designer Series paper. It's 6 by 6. I forgot to grab it here. And it has 40 sheets in it. So you've got 5 colors, so there's 8 each. There's 2 different patterns, so you get 4 of each pattern. And I really like this little flower pattern. So I'm using it, and I'm going with a real subtle of the same color, monochromatic. There we go. So I cut one that's 4 1/4, so it's the same length as the paper, and it is 1 1/4, and the other one is 1 1/2. So they're just a little bit different in size. You wouldn't have to do that. That's kind of the way it ended up when I was messing with it. So I'm going to put a little adhesive on here. You know me, I have trouble getting things straight, so I'm going to use the liquid glue. That helps me a lot. I'm going to lay that one there. And the reason I cut this one piece off is just to give it a little bit of a different look. And we're going to put this piece on the inside. Now, if you're one of these that likes, a person that likes things to line up really even, you might want to make this piece just 1 inch. So it's the exact same size, but I wanted it to go over just a little bit. So I made the inside piece just a little bit longer. Okay. Looks like I didn't score this quite right. You ever have things where just the littlest thing bugs you? There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go back to this piece here, and that's going to be my front, but I wanted to add just a little bit more to it. So I pulled out our open weave freesia ribbon. I'm finding that these we have them in all of 5 colors, and I just seem to be putting them on projects after project after project. So I think I'm going to have to order some more pretty quick. All right. I'm going to put that over the top here. And then I'm going to tie a bow. Whoa. I think I've told you this before, but I have a hard time doing things so that they're straight. And my brother used to have so much fun making me cut pies, cakes, whatever, because then he could tease me because nothing was ever straight. And I think of him every time I'm trying to do stuff and it doesn't end up being straight. All right, so tie my bow here. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. My son just called. So he's chatting with my husband. We had a fabulous time getting to meet our new grandson when I was in Denver last week. I apologize that I wasn't here for my Facebook Live, but Stampin' Up! Has always said family comes first. And so Brandon called us on a Friday morning and said, "Can you come tomorrow?" We said absolutely, and jumped in the car and had such a great time spending time with them. All right, so there's my bow. I'm going to add a glue dot to that and put it on the ribbon so that like that. Now, if you're really good, feel free to do your ribbon around there and tie your bow, but with my arthritis, I just can't do that. Now, I have found with these really deep embossed images, with the folders, sometimes I have a little trouble getting them to stick down if I just use regular adhesive. So I've started using glue dots or the dimensionals quite a bit so that I don't have to worry about that. And you'll notice I put glue dimensionals on top of the ribbon because it just helps hold it in place. All right. Take those off. Now, when I started playing with this, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to come up with enough samples. And then I ended up with coming up with too many. So one of them is going to be one of our Create With Me's here before too long, because I think it would be a really fun card for you guys to make with me as well. So I decided I wanted a little more bling on one of the cards. This one I'm going to leave plain so I can show you the difference in them. All right, let me show you what I did for the inside. So this piece is, let me remember, I think it's 3.5 by 3 1/4. But I'll double check those measurements for you. I'm going to use Happy Birthday that comes in this stamp set and stamp it here in the middle like that. And then I just wanted some of the flowers just on the edge. And got to find something for my scrap. Here we go. All right. So we'll ink this up. And this time I just want to ink up the top. You know me, I like to just put a little bit of a flower in the bottom corner. So we'll go like that. And then I'm going to glue that on the inside. So I don't think I advertised this time very well, because even some of those that usually join me today, I don't see on the call or the Facebook Live. So I guess everybody's going to watch the replay today. And that's okay. That's what's so cool about technology. You can watch it on your time. So there we go. I think that's really pretty. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Hang on. The clouds had gotten pretty dark and I was trying to get enough light. Now there's too much light. Okay, so here you go. And it opens like that. Very simple, but yet I think it works really nicely for a birthday card for people. Put my stamp on the back. So there's the first one. The second, this is the one I created the first time. And you'll notice I use these little flowers. And these are the loose flower flourishes that match the end colors. It's got the pink, the pale papaya, and the fresh freesia. And so I added some little flowers on there and then pretty much the same thing on the inside. So those are the ones that are just one color and white. I did one other one, and it is this one here, the same layout. This time I used the in color gems just to add a little bit, and I used a different ribbon here. It is the pale papaya and white woven ribbon. I think it's really pretty. It's got such a soft feel to it. So again, same type of thing there. And then I stamped my flower on the edge there. Goodness, the color, the bright and dark's gotten really funky here. Get a little bit better. Okay. So that's cool, right? So let me show you just how different it can look if we do something just a little bit different. So I'm going to go back and grab my flowers that I forgot to clean the last time. Oh, how things hide. All right. So we are cleaning this off really good because I don't want colors to mix. So when you stamp a flower, now like on this, the two that I just made, the whole thing was either purple, the fresh freesia, or the pale papaya. And that made it to where it isn't completely realistic because you don't have purple leaves, right? But if you want to make it realistic, all you need to do is grab your markers. And remember, our markers have a fat tip and a thin tip. I like to do the lighter color first. So I'm going to color the flowers. This is Mango Melody. And we are coloring just the flowers. You want to be careful, try not to get the stems. And if you do, you do, but you try not to. All right, I think there's 4 of them. And it's kind of neat, they did them all different sizes. So there we go. Now we're going to come back. This is Granny Apple Green. And color in the leaves. All right. When you color with our markers, if you want to make your markers last a long time, you'll notice I'm coloring on the sides of them because that keeps the tip nice and crisp. So keep that in mind when you're coloring, to use just the side of it like that, okay? All right, so now we do the technique called huffing. So let me see, where did my paper go? Here we go. All right, so what you want to do is you want to take it and you're just going to blow your breath on it, because by putting your breath on it, it gets it wet again. So even though you did the yellow or the Melody Mango first, it's going to make it damp again. Like that. And then you stamp it. So what's really cool with using the markers, see, look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? And it makes it realistic because you have green leaves and then you have your yellow flowers. All right. So you can do that. If you had a really detailed stamp, you could color with 15 colors if you wanted. And as long as you put your breath on it before you stamp, it's going to come out looking really, really nice. So then if you cut it out, it looks just like that. Goodness, the color is really wonky today. Let's see if I can change this here a little bit. There we go, a little bit better. Okay, so I took that idea, took the same layout that I shared with you before, and here's the layout. So I took some more of the designer series paper. This is the Melody Mango Melody. Ooh, there, I knew I didn't sound right. Mango Melody, I cut that out. And then I used a different embossing folder this time. I used, it's called Time Worn Type, and it's in the fall catalog, the July to December one, for some texture there. Again, I cut off 1 inch and then I put a strip inside, and then I did a happy birthday with that. So since it was a white base, I didn't have to cut that inside piece. I could stamp right on there. And again, just put the flowers on the edge. I want to show you one with a bunch of the die cut pieces. Isn't that awesome? Look at all that depth. The dies are set up so that you have a background leaf and a top leaf, and the same thing with the flowers. So you get so much depth. Then, oh, and I decided to add 3 pieces of dimensional backing there. All right, I added some gems there. I love this saying, to a person who still got it, but might not remember where they put it. Happy birthday. That's from, I believe it's called Lighthearted Lines. Some really cute greetings. Check that one out. So there's that one. And then I want to show you 2 different looks with that first stamp. So here's another one. Look how elegant that is. I just stamped it in Versamark and used the gold embossing powder and embossed it, and then did the Hello You with embossing. Then I used the gold gems that we have. And then I used the gold ribbon. I don't know if you caught that, but we have gold and silver trim that you can add to cards. See how different that looks compared to this one? Amazing, the difference in the look. And then I just stamped inside like that. Then I want to show you one other one with it. Like I said, I just kept playing this week. This one is soft suede. I stamped it in Versamark. Then I did clear embossing powder over it and then embossed it. And then I did the thank you. I just did direct. I used Early Espresso and stamped it on there. And then I used the rectangle dies. I think it was, no, it wasn't either. It is sitting right here. The Scalloped Contours embossing folders, or not embossing folder dies. I used this outside one there. So see how different you can get all these different looks from the same stamp set. And isn't that what you want? You want the ability to have very different looking cards using the same product, because then you're more frugal and you're not spending as much money. Let me get some of this extra stuff out of the way. So there's the cards this time. I will post pictures of them down below. I'd love to hear what you think is what your favorite one is. Tell me which card you like the best. And a couple other things I want to share with you. Until August 31st, remember, I'm giving away these boxes of goodies. So this one has, look at all that 6x6 paper. There are a few jewels in here, some ribbon, and as long as you place a $50 order before August 31st, you're going to get one of these boxes as a birthday gift from me, because it was my birthday. And I want to get rid of these guys. I want them to go to a good home. So you would also get a celebration item, which would give you an additional bonus for that $50. And then I did want to mention this. I've been challenged to recruit 2.5 people by the end of August, and I haven't been very good about promoting that. So I wanted to show you real quick. If you were to do that, spend $99, you get $125 worth of merchandise of your choice, anything you want. You can choose a bundle, and here's the different bundles. You can add one of these to your kit for free. I looked at the prices, and the prices are from $31.50 to $60.25, depending on whether you get dies or punches, how detailed they are. You get free shipping on your kit, which is $12.50. You get free business supplies that I know are at least $17.25. Those are free. And I will let you attend 2 of my classes for free, and my team members pay $25 for the class. So that's $236.25 up to $265 worth of value for $99 plus tax. Amazing deal. Every order that you place, you get to save 20%. You get to attend my team meetings. We swap. We get to attend demonstrator events. We have Facebook pages. And the neat thing is you sign up for $99. If you decide it isn't for you, you keep everything. And Stampin' Up! Says, thanks for giving it a try. It's an amazing opportunity for you that really is risk-free. Think what you can spend. I mean, $99, you can spend that so easily and then get up to $260 worth of value. So contact me if you have questions. I would love to have you join my team. If you're placing an order for under 150, please use this host code. This is my August host code. Remember, you can get designer series paper and a celebration item for a $50 order before shipping and tax. And I think that's everything I was going to share with you. I'll pull out here just a few of my favorites. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you Tuesday at 4:30 for Create with Me. Make sure you have your paper ready to design a fun fold. And I'll see you next Thursday at 4:30 for another fun fold or technique class. See you then.